Hey, good morning to y'all. I'm going to release all this energy that I just experienced on this video, so you'll understand why I did that. You see that? I basically have exposed bone on that elbow as a result of a surgery that I had about a year ago on Kona, or in Kona Community Hospital by a surgeon named Mr. Chung that put an incision in, right, to put some hardware in from a displaced fracture that I had. Well, guess what? My body does communicate to me, because it's self-aware. And it was telling me when I was told to come to his office to have the staples taken out, that don't have him take the staples out. Okay, it's too early, huh? Yeah, it's too early. So, you're supposed to be there. You trust the doctor, right? Because when you're in love and service to others and you live in a universe that's how it works both ways, right? You have to trust and know the universe that you really live in. So if I don't trust you, then that's the universe I'm living in. I'm living in a world and people I can't trust. Well, that can't work for me. Otherwise, I'm giving energy to believe that I live in a universe that's like that in a bidirectional way, and it isn't. So I have to maintain what it is that I normally experience, which means I come to you and you know how to do a job, you know how to do it. Which means I don't have to come back to you to have you fix it, or have to go to somebody else and get them to fix it. You get the picture? So in this case, I just met a surgeon yesterday. His name is Dr. Ziegler out of, Asante, Orthopedic Surgeon Sports Medicine. And when I walked out of that office, I didn't have a lot of confidence in this guy. Okay? So I thought to myself, because he told me, listen, you got exposed bone there. That could be catastrophic for you. We do need to close that up. Okay? But I'm going to have to take the hardware out, drill new holes into your bone. Okay, and it's like when you already know what kind of technology already exists, or health practitioners that could easily fix that, and that doesn't even include self-repair, right? It's like, when does the pain and suffering end on this planet because of the system they set up that was designed to do exactly that? Harvest your energy. Pain and suffering, that's who they are. They feed on it and use it to power their systems and their programs that people plug their consciousness into and run, just like a Google Play app. So it's no different than, hey, I'm in a Star Wars game, a real one. Your consciousness is experiencing Star Wars, right? So when are we going to shut that app down, right? Let's go run another program, a bigger one, like the real universe, the one that's out there where you don't ever experience any entropy, which is no loss of energy. Imagine that, right? You don't experience loss of energy because I'm losing electrons, okay, out of that open sore that's there, right? So now I'm on antibiotics. He gave me 2 more weeks worth, okay? So I get a call this morning from this lady that's from this surgeon's office who says, oh, by the way, you got to have a COVID test. I said, what? I'm sorry, but that isn't going to happen. We require that before surgery. I said, let me explain something to you. You know what a virus is? Ever looked up the definition? You work in a surgeon's office? Ever had any cellular biology? You even know the definition of what a virus is? It's called cellular poisoning. It breaks the crown of the red blood cell. Now this surgeon, okay, with an MD, he's a medical doctor, doesn't he know that? Okay, so we're not talking about something, okay, that we have within us, okay? It's the fact that we allowed ourselves to be exposed to something that was contaminated this planet. And that doesn't even include all of their low frequency generators they set up all over the place to do what? Drain your energy. And what do you think that does to your immune system? Lowers your pH. Now you're running acid rain. So these people all represent acid rain, and they don't even know any better. So I told her, I said, let me tell you what's going on if you haven't been able to figure this out. There are military operations going on right now. Did you ever bother to go to whitehouse.gov and read the executive orders that President Trump has issued? No, you people are too busy reading magazines, distracted by TVs and all the jobs that you do that end up polluting and destroying a living biosphere. Okay? Because I started measuring how much damage was being done to her from the time I was a small child. And that's easy to do. You poison the air, you poison the water, you poison the soil. What do you think that does? Ever heard of biofeedback? That's what you get back. So if you don't love who you are and you don't love the planet that you're in, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think you're going to experience? Exactly what everybody's experiencing. An enormous amount of disharmony and pain and suffering. You got what you asked for. Okay, so this shit's got to end. If I had a team of guys working special forces, I'd go down to the orthopedic clinic and those that demand to take a COVID test and have them all arrested for war crimes. Because it's exactly what it is. I wanted to stick something down my nose and take a swab of something that's not going to tell them anything. So I told her, I swore an oath once. Defend and protect the United States of America. For me, that means defending and protecting our children and the American people who live here. Which means I'm more than willing to sacrifice my life towards that effort. Okay? So I told her, real simple, you know what? You're hurt, you're injured, I will do everything within my possible means to be able to heal you and make sure that you don't suffer one more minute of your life. Because that's who I am. That's the nature of my energy. That's what we do down here. I'm an Indian, for Christ's sake, lady. So she said, well, I guess we'll just have to put the surgery off to some other time. And I said, well, this is how it is. I participate in that. I'm giving consent to participate with people that are committing war crimes. You realize what could happen to me? Now, I swore an oath. I know what a war crime is. Okay? My father introduced me to the Nuremberg trial. I went through and looked at all the transcripts, read through all of it, read the Nuremberg trial, the Geneva Conventions, and most of the statutories that are on the books of federal laws that prohibit certain human behavior. So now I'm in a catch-22. Now I'm going to see if I can find somebody else to fix this, right? Because when I end up talking to a surgeon who could say, well, I'm going to do the best I can the first time around on it, but there's no guarantees after that because where that wound site is, it might open up again. And if it does, we might have to do a skin graft. So I said, well, let's just cut to the chase. How good are you? Okay, usually world-class surgeons that I've been to, hey, no problem, I can fix that. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, and that happens to be a world-class surgeon that lives in Honolulu, but he doesn't do these kinds of surgeries. But I'm sure if I gave him a call, he'd know. So it's no different than taking your car to a mechanic. There's no guarantee that the skill level of that mechanic, let alone whether he's got any love in his heart and care and compassion for you, who he's supposed to be fixing, as a result of everything that they did here. Everybody's chromosomes and the fact that we were once 3-pole, then you go down to 2-pole, and hooking everybody up to a system that's designed to drain all of our energy. So that's got to end, okay? So I told her I'm not going to participate in a war crime, okay, because I live in honor, okay? I'm not going to do something I know is not right. So these are decisions that the soul makes, okay? So anyway, I thought I'd share that. This is what everybody has to deal with every day. Most people don't even know that the medical system in this country kills more people than any other single cause. Did you know that? So every time I go to these people, it's just like, pray for yourself you come out of it alive. Because they really don't know what they're doing. Did you know that? They don't. I know that. You know how I know that? Because when that time I was a little kid, I started studying cellular biology, the anatomy, the physiology, how the biotech works. Okay? And I never could believe that what's the matter with these people? Why don't they just hook us up to a computer and fix it? Algorithms, data processing. Take a look at the language that Gaia used in order to put all the functions in and how they work. And anything that's not working properly as it was originally designed by the human blueprint that she put together, we'll repair it. Fix it. That's your 3rd pole. And Patty on Project Ascension, with I believe it was 2 videos that she did. One was called 3-pole triple spiral DNA in Soho. Go look at that one. She breaks down all the genetics very nicely. Thank you, Patty, for that. Okay, so I'll give you an update. See if I can find somebody, you know, that can say, you know what, hell, that's a snap of the fingers. I'll take care of that. What do you think? Have a great day.